Hello everybody, my name is Farmer Phil, and in today's video I'm going to be giving you a behind the scenes look into the kit I use for making videos, how I do the editing, how I set up and make videos, and the general process behind it, and how I make videos. That's really what it's about. But before we go too much further in the video, don't forget to hit that like button, leave a comment down below if you have any questions, hit the subscribe button, ring the bell, you get notified of my videos every Tuesday, Thursday and Sunday. But anyways, we get into what do I use. So obviously I'm using one camera now, but I just put down the stuff on the base of the bin, or no, I put on the compressor. It's a little bit higher up. So this is some of what I use. So I have a GoPro Hero 8 on a magnetic base that also is a clip, so it'll stick and I can clip it onto something. It also, I can twist it right around and bend it up and down. That's one of the cameras I have. The other camera, which if I press record on this one, from the Hero 8, now you can see the Hero 9. You can see the screen on the front of it there, which is very handy. Something the Hero 8 doesn't have, and the Hero 9 is very useful for that. I have it on a GorillaPod tripod, so it's a magnetic base, which is pretty cool, and then the legs are fully flexible. And yeah, rotates, moves, all of that good stuff. And that's the back. That's the Hero 9 that I use. I used to have another set of tripod legs that was much better. They weren't magnetic base, but used to grip round bars and stuff very well. It's how I used to do a lot of the shots from the back of the Lemkin and that. But these don't grip around bars very well, but the magnetic base is very handy. So that's the Hero 8 to the Hero 9. I suppose by now you'll probably understand why I use the GoPros. As it's in the name, they're GoPros. They're very much ready to rock and roll. I can easily peg it in my pocket. It's not in my way. It's ready to go. That is one of the big advantages of the GoPro, and that's why I only use GoPros. I have no other big cameras, nothing else. It is quite literally these two cameras. Now I do have a Hero 3 at home. It's the one I started with on a gimbal, and I haven't used that in over a year because I don't need it. The way I run my GoPros is the Hero 9 is my main camera. It's best mic, has the best of everything. And my Hero 8 is my, for the use of a better word, it's the disposable camera. It's the camera I do all the risky shots with. Up on the diet feeder, in under the tractor. It's the one that gets all the risky shots. The GoPro has quite a lot of good features. One of the best ones is you've seen there. Click, it can be fully off. Click the record button, it turns on, records. Click it, turns off again. Great way of saving a bit of battery. The biggest downside to the GoPros is the battery doesn't last pissing time. Really bad battery life on the GoPro. So I have 3 batteries for this and 2 batteries for the Hero 9. Another bit of kit that's here. This is a media mod for the Hero 9. So the camera I'm recording off. So this slides in on it. Has an external mic. And it also has 2 carry ports for extras. So the other bit of kit that I used to have, and some of you may remember, I used to have a proper external microphone. You used to see it bobbing down into the video every now and again. I stopped using that because it was totally one directional. So if I stood behind the camera, you could never hear me. It was only when I was in front of the camera you could hear me. And I stopped using it because of that. It's very cumbersome, very much in the way. I don't work around filming, I film around working. So I always need to have a very robust set, and that just was not robust at all. And it actually ended up, Nelly got a hold of it and she broke it, she chewed it. So I need to solder wires to put back going, but I don't know whether I'll bother or not. So the other main bit of kit I have, and the most expensive bit of kit I have for making videos, is my drone, a DJI Mavic. So another very robust a bit of kit, because it is on this bag and you throw it on your shoulder, you're ready to go. Folds out quite easily. It's ready to go. You can actually see the maize on it from when we had it up while we were cutting maize, still on it. Very useful bit of kit. A controller, and I had 3 batteries. I only have 2 now, as I lost one of them while we were combining out there last year. I don't know where it went. That was the last time I had 3 batteries, was when I was out there. So the droning part of my videos, now the drone footage you're going to see now is a mixture of throughout the year, but the droning is the extra bit of a video. I think it can make a video. It just gives you that extra perspective from the sky and does make it quite nice. Now the drone has many features. a lot of really cool features. Some of the best being it will actively follow something moving. So when I'm flying the drone, I can select a box around the tractor while I'm working, and I can set it off to fly around it, and it'll follow that tractor fairly well. But I generally don't use that, because every time I've crashed the drone has been while that has been engaged, because just for whatever reason you don't seem to pay attention as much to what the drone is doing, and it always seems to take off on me. I don't use it that much anymore unless I'm really stuck. You can also tell in the videos who's flying the drone. If Eric Bro is flying the drone, the shots tend to be very stagnant following. They don't tend to be moving 3-directional. If I'm flying the drone, they tend to be a more 3-directional shot, which you should be able to see in that. And you can also tell then whether I'm driving the tractor or working the machine and trying to fly, which is a skill in itself. If I'm in full control of the drone, like I was doing some of the silage footage this year, you can really get some impressive shots with it. Whereas when you're driving the tractor, it's quite hard to get the good shots, because it takes 2 hands to fly the drone to get the really good shots. But anyways, that's really the drone. There's not much more to say about it. It just adds that little bit extra to the videos, and I don't use it all the time, because it's only really when you have machinery up or you can get an impressive shot of cattle moving that it's any use to you. So yeah, that is what I use to film. I don't think there's anything else to say. So what I have is very simple. This box here, or it's a ring box, I use to keep my memory cards in, because I have quite a few memory cards on the go, because you can never really have enough. But so yeah, that is what I use to record. A robust setup, nothing too extreme or too fancy, but it's ready. I can literally carry all on me, jump in a tractor, I'm ready to go. So when it comes to making a video, every video starts the same as this way video does. It all starts with hello everybody, my name is Farmer Phil, and I explain what I'm doing for the day, and then we get into what we're doing. And one of the biggest parts of every video is the shots. It's all well and good to talk to the camera, but it's the shots. It's all the different angles. That's what takes the time, is setting up the camera to get the different angles. And every time you want to change the angle, it means stopping what you're doing, getting out and taking the time to move it to the next position, which takes a ridiculous amount of time to set up, and really pisses off anyone who's with you. You can see it in her face.
Come on.
As I said, the more elaborate the shot, the longer it takes to set up. Not to mention all the time spent trying to set the camera up in the right position and get the right angle that you're looking for. And that's why you can always tell in any of my videos how busy I am, because if I'm really under pressure, there's not a lot of shots. As just that little montage you've seen, which hopefully ended up all right, took us 20 minutes to film, and Liv is certainly not happy. And it also shows the point that if I'm working with others, particularly Father Phil, them kind of shots, getting shots, is only if I have time, which is rare. So that's one way you can tell in my videos how busy I am, and whether I'm with people is how many different angles and different shots is in the video. So one of the other issues with the shots is the amount of dead time, wasted time. That's not as in how long it takes to do a job, but as in how much is recorded onto the memory card and how much is actually used. So for example, just for some stop the video, just for some context, we're currently going out to feed the calves. They're still outside, and we're getting some of this lovely big square bales of hay, which is absolutely perfect inside, near a bit of fuss, and we're bringing it out to calves that are still outside. They're a little bit short on hay, or a bit short on grass, so to tide them over till we get them in. And also the barley I swept up in the yard was from, we loaded barley into a lorry today for sale, so that's, we were just sweeping up the bit that was spilled. So anyways, not to get this leaf out, it's just wedged again, the manger. And that little time lapse has taken us 3 minutes 50 seconds, and that's dead space. If we were to edit that to just throwing in every flake, you have 15 seconds of footage, and we recorded 3 minutes. Best example of that from recent video is the last video of emptying the stuff into the dye feeder from the angle of the side. That took 8 minutes of footage was recorded for that, but we only used 10 seconds.
Yeah.
And that's where the dead space of angle shots comes from. The amount of time spent recording for little. The biggest offenders for dead space is machinery or workshop videos, fixing videos, because you have the camera running for an awful length of time while you're achieving very little, opening a few bolts and stuff. But then the flip side of it is you're always afraid you'll miss something. The camera's not rolling, you can't catch it, and you can't tell someone to do something again, and oftentimes you can't repeat something that's been done off camera. Just a quick example on that is when we put up the meal bin, the VMAC bin, Paul, the man who fitted it for us, had a spirit level out just to check to see did he need to put any wedges underneath the bin to square it up, and it was sitting dead level. Just goes to show our builders did a really good job laying that base. They're perfectly level. But by the time he had the spirit level out and was walking away, then I was like, bollocks, I should have recorded that. And you can't exactly tell the man, could you do that again for me please, so I have it on camera. So yeah, that's one of the other sides of dead space. You're afraid you miss something, so you record far more than you really need to. So the rest of my video after the drone footage, the intro, the drone footage and the shots, can be described as me rambling on aimlessly while trying to do a bit of work, which isn't the easiest thing done. Interfering hands. So while I'm rambling, which can usually take 5-10 minutes, I can ramble on for quite some time, I try to explain what it is that we're doing at that moment. Like at the minute we're throwing out the hay to the calves. They're out here, they're tight on grass, we're giving them meal as well, and it's just to tide them over till, we'll try to put them in Thursday. Yeah, so either Wednesday or Thursday we'll be putting them in. We're just not ready. I have a couple more machines to move out of the shed. I explain, but usually what I do when I'm rambling, I repeat myself. How many times would you say?
100?
There you go. I repeat myself a lot. And the same with Father Phil when we're working together on a video, and then that all has to come out in the editing to try and make it like a seamless video that doesn't repeat myself too much and tries to get the point across that I want to make or explain what it is we're doing. That makes sense. That there's a start, beginning and an end. Need to clean out the back of the Jeep. Make this job a little bit easier. So then with every video we finish it off by highlighting what we've achieved in the video, which so far in this one isn't a whole lot. And the usual spiel, please like and subscribe to the channel, ring the bell, videos every Tuesday, Thursday and Sunday, leave a like and a comment, and good luck. And just on that, 2 things. The reason I say good luck is actually because a lad that was used to live opposite me in college, that's what he used to always say, was good luck, and I kind of stole that off him. The other thing as well is, in finishing the video, on my statistics, as soon as I say, and that's really it for today's video, my audience retention plummets. People literally stop watching. Even though I can rant on for another minute and a half and maybe let you in on another little tidbit that's going on, but as soon as I say that, plummets. And that does hurt the video statistics and how well the video does. So it is something that I need to watch what I say, and anyone that's watching that's at it, it's something else you need to keep an eye on. Anyways, please don't tune out now because there's still more to come. So we're here in the editing suite now, which is quite literally the couch in the flat, and we are editing on a MacBook, bog standard, on the pre-default iMovie. Nothing special. iMovie, great one, does exactly what you need it to do, does what it says in the tin, does basically everything you want it to do. I used to have it on my gaming PC on Vegas Pro 14, but it started to get very cumbersome and it was giving me woeful trouble because we've very poor internet here, kept disconnected, just trouble. So we moved over to doing it on the MacBook, and it's probably the next thing I will upgrade is get a new MacBook because this one is getting a bit slow. So we transfer the files using an SD card in the side. What happens now, so the video, all this that we've done so far and even after this has been put on, it's over an hour long. And now that has to be edited way back. Generally speaking, you turn an hour into 20 to 30 minutes. So you dump more than half or more of the footage you got. As I said, dead footage earlier, a lot of that has to be got rid of or shortened. So all in all, the video process from filming to editing, you're putting in, what would you say, 3 to 4 hours, 5 hours maybe, of time is spent on every video. Between editing and filming, it's very hard to put time on filming, but editing is 2 to 3 hours. And Liv is a heck of a lot faster than I am at it. So Liv does basically all the editing now. The odd time I'll do some, if I have time or that, I'll do the odd one, not to leave it all on Liv. And the reason for that is that during the summer, it got to the stage where 12 o'clock come, half an hour into editing, I'd fall asleep. No matter what time it was, what I was doing, half an hour, I'd fall asleep on the laptop. And Liv said she'd take over from me, and that took a lot of pressure off me. And Liv does it. Most of it happens at night, sometimes in mornings whenever you get a chance, but most of it's done at night, and that's Liv does it now for me. And a great job, perfect job. Could not fault her, can I? No. So anyways, Liv, you just show them what some of the process is, because it is quite tedious, and today's video, it's also quite weird to hear yourself talk. I use for making videos, look how I do the editing, my thoughts on behind it. And then just my thoughts on YouTube and a few other bits, just all kind of about YouTube and how I make videos. That's really what it's about, but and how I'm process behind it and how I make videos. That's really what it's about. But so that is a quick glimpse, and you literally rinse and repeat that throughout the video while you cut and tie and put things together and take bits out, and that's the tedious bit, and you're constantly replaying and listening to yourself talk and splitting it in between words to make it match. Not the simplest job. The other part of editing that isn't on this, that with the drone footage, you put in a song and then you match the what would you say? Music. You match the music to the footage. Right? You cut the cuts on the beats and the drops, and you make it all mash and play into each other nicely. Other than that, that's really it. Render it on the laptop and then upload it to YouTube. So for the thumbnails we use Canva, which I'd highly recommend. Great job. There's not a lot you can't do with it. And then for the titles, we brainstorm them between us, the rest of the family. We try and brainstorm, get a good catchy one. That's really it. There's not much else to the video making, editing, uploading process. So we'll skip back to earlier in the day when we're out in the field and talk a bit about YouTube. Now that we have covered how the videos, the kit I use, how we make the videos, the kind of the overall structure, and then the editing of them. Now kind of move on to, I suppose, a bit more about YouTube. I suppose the first thing to talk about is the kinds of videos that, well, I suppose I make. You can count my videos in, what would you say, 4 types. So you have cattle videos, which this one kind of is turning into. You have machinery videos, so that's working machinery and whatnot. You have workshop videos, fixing videos, and you have videos that hit them on the head. Did I? And you have videos that just you can't put in the cat. Random videos you couldn't put in a category. Oh, and the talking videos. And the best to the whole lot of them for views is always the machinery videos. The videos that fall outside the formats tend to be the worst videos. Slow burners. The slow burners, videos that don't get a whole lot of views. The workshop videos can be very hit and miss. So they can. Some do well, some don't do so well. Videos on cattle always tend to be poorer. They never tend to be good. The odd exception, and then the talking videos, they're kind of a poorer video too. One of the other types of videos that always does well and nearly always is over 100,000 views is if the family is in the video. Planting the spuds, digging the spuds, planting the orchard, all videos over 100,000 views. but all of us are in it. Other thing about the videos, everything is kind of seasonal and the views change as the seasons change. So at the start of the year we start off with beating or the ban opening, the ban lifting, slurry videos start, views go up. They start to slow down then as the slurry goes on, as it's mostly slurry videos, that's the work we're due. And then when you switch over to tillage, views go up again. To tip off then towards the end of the tillage until the silage starts, views go up again, mowing, baling, harvesting. Views start to dip off that again till you go back to the harvesting then, so the whole crop combining, views go up again, and then the views dip off again and go up again for beating the ban slurry, and then for the winter then they're relatively stable. But that's kind of how I've seen different types of videos play out and how the seasonality of videos kind of affects the views. So just for a little bit of context as to what me and Liv are doing, we're looking after all the cattle that's still outside, which is just calves. We're bringing hay to 2 batches, which you've seen, and you're probably thinking, well, that's a very wasteful way of feeding them. And yes, I'm not going to argue it is, but it's causing less damage to the ground than if we were to leave out a round feeder or a feeder and leave out bales. The first farm we're on, there's a concrete slab that they stand up onto, so it's not causing as much damage, and the other farm we're on, we leave it in different spots of the field every time. Anyways, that's just a bit of context, and we're just coming to move another batch now onto fresh pasture, as there's 6 batches out, 2 on hay and 4 still with grass ahead of them. Anyways, back into what we were talking about. So I've been on YouTube now for nearly 7 years, which is an awful long time when you start to think about it. So I started when I was in college and I started doing farming simulator videos, and I evolved then from farming simulator to filming on my phone, literally put it on the windscreen, talk for 8 minutes as I'd done a bit of work. It started getting a bit more traction. I spent 3 years of farming simulator at nothing, wasting my time. Started getting a bit of attraction. Then I met this lovely woman, Farmer Liv, my fiance, and she bought me a GoPro for my birthday, the Hero 3, and from that point onward it just took off. There's no other way of explaining it, it just took off. I started increasing more shots in the videos, using the drone, and got to where I am today. The way I run my channel, I upload 3 videos a week. This is Tuesday's video, and 3 videos a week is tough going. A few in the back catalogue ready to go, it's not too bad. Other times you're making them the morning, the day before you need them, and that is quite stressful, but it works. It's how I've done it. The whole theory behind it is the more videos I put up, the more people watch the videos, kind of the quicker I grow. One of the hardest things about having 3 videos a week is keeping things fresh, making every video interesting. And I'm lucky, I'm in a position with everything we do. We have the cattle, we have the crops, we have the machinery, we have the workshop, we have so much stuff, and that's why I can kind of get away with doing 3 videos a week. Look at this calf now. There's some great bloody calves here, so there is looking fantastic, so there. Anyways, enough about them. But just on my own channel in general, I am hoping in the future that I will cut back to 2 videos a week. I had set the goal for myself originally that if I could sustain 1.5 to 1.2 million views a month for 3 months, I go back to 2 videos a week. Huh? Well, at least there's good grass out here for them. During the summer I did hit that, but I couldn't sustain it, and I generally fall back into the 800 to 700,000 views. Probably the only achievement I have on YouTube at the minute is to try and get me views to that and sustain it for a month, to cut back a little bit, just to make life a little bit easier for ourselves. While all the calves are out here now, so I think we'll talk quietly and we'll walk back to the Jeep and hopefully they won't follow us. Or is there, no, Liv said there's a reeler here we can pop up because the handle broke here again. So with that little bit of fencing done and only 1 rogue so far, why bother do YouTube? Why bother putting all the effort into the videos? And they broke it. Take number 2. People say never work with animals or children. Back to what we were supposed to be talking about. Some of the tips I have for anyone that's on YouTube, thinking of starting YouTube. The big one is consistency. Say you're going to do one video a week, one video every 2 weeks. Pick a date and a time if you can, which I can't do, but I can just about do dates. The other thing is start off your video the same way all the time. It feels like if I don't say hello everybody, my name is Farmer Phil, people start complaining I didn't say it. One of the other big tips as well is at the start of your video, just put in please like and subscribe to the channel, ring the bell, because that helps get people subscribed. And I've seen, I'm not the best for doing it, but I have tried to make a better go at doing it, and it has started to pay off a bit. Any other tips you can think of? Thumbnails. Catchy thumbnail, but not clickbaity.
And title.
Yeah, and your title. Title and thumbnail, catchy, but not clickbaity.
The title of your video is always what says it. It's always what it is.
Yeah, but it needs to be catchy. That's really it. There's no real secret sauce to being on YouTube. They're just some of the things that I found that has worked quite well. There's a lot of farming YouTubers out there now. There wasn't a whole lot when I started nearly 7 years ago, but there's a lot of them out there now. And you need something that makes you stand out from the rest. So now, on to the downside of YouTube, and it's probably anyone that's thinking of starting a YouTube channel, you're at it and you're growing. The biggest thing, you need to have really good mental resistance. You need to be really good in the noggin, because a very thick skin. There's a lot of begrudgers out there. There's a lot of naysayers, and there's a lot of negativity out there when you put yourself on social media in general. It doesn't matter what you're on, but on YouTube, because you're making videos, your 20-minute video, all the different shots and angles, you give up a lot of your privacy. There's a big difference with taking photos on Instagram or a 15-second video on TikTok. When you're on YouTube, people see nearly the whole yard. They see nearly all the land. They see a lot of things. And you have to be prepared. No matter what way you do anything, no matter how clean you are, people will tell you you're too clean. If you're dirty and rough like ourselves, people tell you you're dirty and rough. Doesn't matter what way you do it. You could stand on your head, rub your belly, drink a pint of water and take a shit. People will still have something to give out about or say about it in a negative way. And it can wear you down. Believe me, you get everything from you're doing things wrong to just pure out abuse. And it also can spill over into, you could say, not just the virtual world but the real world. Somehow people have got my phone number and decided to ring me at all hours of the night to hurl abuse at me and other things as well. That is part of being on social media. And I think, now maybe I'm wrong, but I think YouTube leaves you more open to all sorts of things. And I know I said about people telling you to do things wrong. I don't mind, don't get me wrong. Someone saying, well, you should have done this differently, that's fine. But sometimes people can do it in a horrid bad manner. You know, it just kind of puts you down in the dumps. And that's why I say you need to have mental resilience. Something that I found, and it did take me a while to go over, was YouTube is like a roller coaster. Your views, they go up, they go down, and they go up and they go down. And every time they're on the down, you're thinking to yourself, jeez, why are they doing down? What am I doing wrong? What can I do differently? And you can put you down in the dumps. And you have to be able to ride that roller coaster, the ups and the downs, and accept that someday the views will go down and they won't go back up. You'll find there'll be newcomers that'll come on and be more interested, and it's something that you have to take on board, that you're going to peak at some stage. And so now, to finish off the video on, I suppose, a high point, because you have to cross the negative before you can get to the good bit. Beside the good old 3690, my tractor. And it's one of the benefits of YouTube. YouTube has put me in a position that otherwise I'd never be in. Honest to God, I'd never be in. With the money that I've made off YouTube, I've been able to buy this tractor here beside me. Been able to buy the big square baler, and I've been able to buy them R2. Things that I don't know what I've been able to do without YouTube. No, look at people say there's a lot of money to be made in YouTube, and there isn't. Some of you may remember I done a video last year and I showed you how much I was making. Now it has grown a bit since then, and I would consider a good wage at the minute, but you have to get to that stage, is the other side of it. Not alone that, but the people you meet because of YouTube. The people that have put you in contact with, working with businesses, working with companies, getting to try out new machinery, new bits of kit. I love it. It's amazing. getting to try out new bits of kit. Otherwise, I'd never get to try. Like going to the pot hunter day, and I got to drive a Dietz, a John Deere, a McCormick. What else did I drive? A Case. I got to drive all these tractors. I got to operate butterfly motors, which I don't know what I ever got to do. It's amazing when you get inside it, and the people you meet, and the help you get off the audience that's watching. Like, just for example, with me, when we put up the video on my uncle's 1200, the more people that message us to wish them well and to say that they give us any help we needed. If it was bits in the UK, they'd help get them and get them over to us, and people that had bits that we needed. Just big thank you to everyone that messaged about that. It is amazing the community that you do build on YouTube here. 110% the positives do outweigh the good, and it is the reason why I keep up the schedule. People that say that the videos have helped them through rough patches in their life and through sickness and stuff. It's just like it's amazing, and it's all down to ye that's watching. None of it, none of the positives, none of the negatives even would be possible without ye that's watching. So I have the utmost gratitude for everyone that watches, and that's one of the reasons why I try and make as much time as I can when people come and visit. I think on that, I'm going to leave it at that for today's video. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've enjoyed the insights of it. If you have any comments, want to ask me anything you think I didn't cover, and hit me in the comments down below, and I'll try and get back to you. I'm probably not the best in the world for responding to questions or comments, but I do try my best when I have time. This time of the year we have a little bit more time, so it's a little bit easier. And also, just on the last video I put up, and when I asked what video you want to see first of the 3 videos, the Jersey Boys will be the first video I will put up of them 3, and I will do it when we get them in the shed, as it's just a little bit easier to kind of compare and contrast the jerseys that remain. Hint, hint. It's not going to be a light-hearted video. It might be a bit heavy for some, but that will be the next video, and it will be in this kind of a style. If you like this kind of a style of video, please let me know, because of them 3 videos that I am planning on doing. I want to try and do them in this style, multiple angles, not just kind of sitting at the table or sitting in a tractor talking for half an hour. I have no idea how long this video is even, so yeah. But anyways, look, I hope you enjoyed it. As always, please like and subscribe to the channel. Ring the bell so you get notified of my videos every Tuesday, Thursday and Sunday. For the foreseeable future, I'll be keeping them 3 videos a week going somehow. But it's alright, it's not too bad. It definitely is worthwhile. Better be a busy fool than an idle one. But anyways, I better get back to it. There's still more to be done, and daylight hours are dwindling. So that is it for me. Good luck.